It is Wednesday, June 13th, and it's 389 Glasgow Hall, home of the 2032 Naval Coast Graduate School Toastmasters Club. And so today, Glenn Tolle, our club president, because I twisted his arm enough, he agreed to do his winning humerous contest speech of last fall, which he took to the area and won, and the district and won, or the region and won, and the district and didn't quite win. Some one of those. So thank you, Glenn, for doing this, because you're graduating in 2 days, and we want to have this wonderful talk as part of our club lore. This is Fred Sadler speaking, your videographer. So, Glenn, you're on.
Before I deliver my delicious dietary discourse on humble pie, I must warn you that there's a curious subplot afoot. You see, like many Americans, I'm afflicted with metaphorical malfunction. I wrestle with inappropriate and ill-advised similes, metaphors, comparisons when I'm like, nothing so simple or insectile as snug as a bug in a rug or busy as a bee. Oh no. Toastmasters International takes metaphorical malfunction seriously. So seriously that they have insisted on monitoring my menacing metaphorical misadventures, as well as my alluring addiction to alliteration, with this annoyingly intrusive transmitter. The plot thickens like ready-mix concrete on steroids. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. Humble pie, that delectable delicacy of the gods, is the fifth basic food group, and it should be taught as such in that grand incubator of juvenile delinquency from which I sprang, namely the public school system. My Tupperware sealed logic runs thusly. Life is a life. Life is an energetic ascent up a merciless Mount McKinley, and we must eat properly in order to climb as high as possible. We must consume adequate portions of the breads of crusty perseverance, the fruits and vegetables of joviality and optimism, the zero trans fat, low cholesterol dairy substitute products of buttery sociability and cheesing up to the boss. Then there's my favorite food group, and by the carnivorous glint in Fred's eyes looking at me now, I suspect it is yours also. The protein group. Not just the protein group. I'm talking about the steaming hot smokehouse barbecue beef brisket of assertiveness and aggressive Godzilla stomping through Tokyo self-confidence. Ah!
Yeah.
There are those that argue that they don't have to follow such a strict dietary regimen because they don't plan on climbing so high up this merciless Mount McKinley. They're perfectly content to camp in the shade of the mountain and munch blissfully on the mayonnaise-slathered bologna sandwich of mediocrity. That's perfectly okay. Not everybody who sits on a bicycle intends to pedal as furiously as Lance Armstrong. And certainly not anybody who puts their hands on a golf club intends to contend Tiger Woods for his PGA crown. So, go ahead, my bologna-munching friend. Enjoy your ant-free picnic in the shade of the mountain. Bon appetit. But there are those among us who ponder as we consume ever-increasing portions of megalomaniacal meat lovers' pan pizza, whether there is a genius or a champion lurking beneath our ever-so-domestic, Martha Stewart-approved and non-incarcerated surface. A genius like a monarch butterfly, for heaven's sake, ready to burst forth from its colorless and claustrophobic cocoon. Or better yet, a champion like like King Kong, who scales that merciless Mount McKinley because he got lost on the way to the Empire State Building, to stand at the summit, breathe the rarefied air of championship, and glare with unalloyed simian contempt on the bologna munchers camping below. Ooh. You see, I'm telegraphing my message like Samuel Morse. If we consume a disproportionate amount of any of the food groups, particularly egotistical beef, we will inevitably be served a fresh, steaming slice of humble pie. The obligatory self-deprecatory anecdote is in order. Let me consult my burgeoning Rolodex of humble pie recipes. Bumping headlong into a fellow third grader at the Christmas play. Too elementary. Ooh, wife's veil singed on a candle during our wedding vows. Too pyrotechnic. Oh, yes! In July 1999, I rolled into a Serbian village with my 3 Special Forces soldiers and a young interpreter. Swaggering forward and exuding beef-fed self-confidence from every superpower port, I encountered a growing crowd of frowning Serbian men and their curious cornucopia of kindred. But not to fear, for I had summoned the confidence that could only be gained by reading the Army's version of Serbian for Dummies, and I announced ever so officiously, Mi smo trudni. Frowns melted like Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars in a Saudi Arabian jalad. Mi smo trudni? Disrespectful giggles erupt among the children like microwave popcorn at the 2-minute mark. By now, my young interpreter accosts me and whispers, "Capitana Tolle, you just told them that you're pregnant." Oh! Clearly, humble pie is the 5th basic food group, and it must be taught as such in my alma mater, the Juvenile Delinquency Institute, known as the Modern High School. Wait a minute. What's that? A phone call? Metaphorically malfunctioning Toastmaster Tolle speaking. Toastmasters International World Headquarters, what a pleasant surprise! Why didn't I have call block activated? Yes? Why, yes, I was a little bit heavy on the metaphors and similes. Wait, stop. What was that again? No, wait, please, no! Oh! I prostrate myself before the podium of penitence. No, please! Oh! Can you believe the audacity, the chutzpah? They're involuntarily committing me to the Betty Ford Metaphor Clinic. Whoever heard of this place? Oh! Why, I feel like a marionette whose puppeteer has been suddenly and inexplicably stricken with carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh no, not me, not the Betty Ford Metaphor Clinic. Mr. Toastmaster.
Yay!
There you have it.
I wish I had 100 people to clap. This is the map of the world, the Toastmasters world on one side of the room.